Share some more cover being from Amanyosem you with so far do any era Daniel or Sabuti pedo trade or crata technical investment Casamon to tia home. John Sergeant said, Fanano or Mampina Nado and some of the two and then she share or de go aqua musibit me as Ghana, baby I won. Neither to Mampini, Mampini, John Ramani Mahama, so Eddie Honia, I say, penny for me no Susuno. See a cabo more hini a dear niche now at the end moo as so a new crampo out here how we will more bit macase. And we're doing a dear Niantimum for so bit me about it my Ghana. Opening.
Yeah,
I can appoint dear.
Uncle Pardum, go home quaddy. Yeah, that's all. I know a Juman and a dorsal. Baubo Juma, Yamisha.
You might ask it. They didn't kind your general view about a President Akufo Addo address on this last week Sunday, and also President Mahama. Your general view before I delve into the various policies and measures are proposed.
Yo, Sami, Maminchia or more share original TV and Yumri, na Maminda was in so say, Mamikonye na Yabe share. Niame here and pa. Na Sami, unim say be a Niamako idea as a yeteki plan B. That may choose a work I say the Ahuacho. Into no one is a can kitting na. Yanibeko Hona, you soon a cracker. My general view of near President Bekan was all along Nankro for Eka said that we are Huche Abano Anka President Embeka Sama on that kind of hope and Mankro for. Intina Nina Yeshe Kwan say President Ampa can be ma or the hope amayen. Nyamin Chadie Obekasaye. Na Niamekan say Emi de Sami. Say President Ankasa Ajiatum say ampa we are in crisis. Say nyama din ema Ghana for. Enunkwa emi de say we admit it. Emi de nso say o can say nyama na higher no I expose your weak fundamentals. Let's just say your weak economic fundamentals na yaka ho asem na no I expose you. Say me taka masem say say usidan na ne fapem nye papa isio kese eto a etumi madan no ebubu obi sini dan na esi fapem papa so a the same isio no beto iso agina ho enti nia ye komu no eche say ye fundamentals na enye papa a week enti na I expose here no because or compare inflation other neighboring countries no with which Chelsea or Togo or only even a double digit. And Lusa.
The neighboring country too.
Yes. We are checking. As of August, September, we are checking. Benny crowd are more recording negative.
Negative inflation.
Yes, higher deflation. They are more on a buffer. We are checking. Just Google September inflation or Benny. Into home. A chair say fundamentally no. Na bibi and sheda and kosuye. Na Niameka say watch na adwi won be adru no enye NDC enye MPP enye any political party. It is about how to solve the problem. Na president wabeka bi ex-president Mahama nso akabi nti the way ebe komu em say be fa no bako but my general impression I think say okasai but niana ye hwe kwan pa say ye betumi solve problem no in the short term no and share them pie bebre
then I now expect it.
Oh Sami nanka the way aguta for I suggest ya ma ban say anka duties no mutua no say omekotu no in dollars kwa anka mun kapima wo say the way a dollar na ko do 14 cedis no SEO for importers no the ye be kapu no 10 cedis and say be kapu no 9 cedis say na be aniama bo no e be tikakra because who say niama no bo na ekosoro no eye because ye cedi no e depreciate e na niama bebre so ayi so o man mu ye nche da manufacture ekra inti so cedi no ho de tiba form now uhia cedis ni bebre akofa niama na ba odi ba definitely bo be dey where you don't need to read PhD economics to understand this. So what you say anybody na din na be nti how no more amount no and share that because definitely in the short run we are still experiencing the hardship because growth crown near my back mutua duty ni boy day na the same duty no so almost pass it on to you the consumer in the form of higher price into one touchy hot no more and sami nyama no kan nyina so I say one for timelines amba wow every plan biya o person will achieve no eso to me my timelines within 3 months may say within 6 months may say within a year may say even within a short term you come medium term about long term maybe to me ma be 5 years by 2028 and he was very specific but the short term nanga grofo twekwan say oh president akasa within a month this is what we are expecting within 2 months and 3 months 6 months when I expect it and no anhye da NPA mu amba and na grofo so hwe kwan say near high empa ni say no ye petroleum products here the prices are din won nanka ya can say windfall na ba no because when him say price ni cost no in a way yes we benefit you so they say what him say no I think we are producing about 150,000 barrels a day and na yen needing 90,000 barrels a day but near consume no near share about 27,000 barrels a day near share is about 18%. So what you say it is 18% you know let's just say near budget you know just a double man up hankra in a way no yes we are benefiting into there is that kind of windfall. I mean can't we reduce to say stabilization levy ni sa nyama na ama price na cost no into me titi so man use sa windfall no and supplement bibi wo ho way in a short term nyama betumi aboama prices number form but say keep all these levies nyama ho I mean you are talking about COVID levy uchia so what you say toll recovery levy how many years now started say yeah GG toll recovery levy it doesn't mean say we have not finished paying those debts on nyama dey bi wo ho a books but ya tue wie into why are we still maintaining such levies in the build up into sanyama we nanka some microphone hwe kwa say
now you taking one by one president proposal measures or the go can say proposal because on proposing Ghana for near minimum you know na be hwe say beti implement. Number 1, restore macroeconomic stability through an IMF supported program. Afi number 2, tackle cost of living by okay. Tackle cost of living by working to stabilize prices of petroleum products through new supply arrangement, and also encourage traders to tone down profiteering, which is contributing to inflationary pressures. Omampini, sa offers how feasible are these measures a bit to me I remedy the kind of situation we find ourselves in today?
So I mean, say we share near the kind of restoring macroeconomic stability through an IMF supported program. Yes, we share your last IMF I call and the real benefits now of mining no started from 2017 to time I extending by 1 more year. We say now there was that kind of stability, and then buying that leverage or to me call international bond market eco resist can be because there was that credibility. Anytime you ever call IMF in chain for bailout, no, it gives you that kind of credibility before or more busian creditors in Yamanyama. So what I say, but share amount nankasa 3 billion a year. Enye idea I bet to me I can say a very revamp the economy within a very short period. But the fact say IMF ni bemwa I bet to me ama abano that kind of credibility. I bet to me I call back to the bond market and also international market. I raising more sikadia bra and una I bet to me ama that kind of stability aba. So my catch say within that period your IMF a program no were able to attract lots of investors, loans came in and all that because omunim say nia ye nyina no IMF insa wom so they say IMF amount saska na on tena say enhwe say ube use no say na upesa o use but they will be monitoring you to ensure say nia o kan say oba be ye no ubeye. So in a way no IMF support no so the stability kakra beba, but that will be in the short term. In the long term, I'm saying we have to move away from just running every day running to the IMF for bailout. Okay. Yes.
Then the second issue is to tackle cost of living by working to stabilize prices of petroleum products through new supply arrangement.
We a promise, but how are they going to achieve this? Tackle cost of living by working to stabilize prices of petroleum products through new supply arrangement. I'm saying President Komu Kakranka because we know it is like Maye, but Yeben is saying, how are we going to stabilize price of petroleum products through new supply arrangement? Does it mean say Yebe revamp to must say to started say a refinery crude Libya and say how are they going to do it? And timelines been the womb within what period? And they expect to say stabilization we ebebem and I say inti fine a big promise, but how achievable it is no dear. I don't think say we may no more of rhetoric. We need to do more. Supply arrangement ben eba are we saying say Bank of Ghana arrangement is a more special auction or more crap petroleum in bano? Is it something that is going to be implemented to ensure say there will be that price into where the eyes say hangi kakra, but a good move.
Okay. The third one is encourage traders to tone down profiteering, which is contributing to the inflationary pressures.
Sammy, wow, I did we a very, very dicey. We need to make us no. Ubeto, I did say uton. Maybe I ton of 5 cities. So it is here. Now, what to say? Wholesale no, I cost 7 cities. Maybe 5 cities now ton best 5 cities 50 pesos. And so say no, I cost 7 cities. So uton 5 cities 50 pesos now. Untumin kofa fufro. So in a way, no, even though you say a profiteer, no, the traders are also being very smart. Because one yen is how you will end up depleting your capital. But what to anyway? Be 10, 5 cities. It's when 7 cities. Into me be ton of 5 cities 50 pesos. If I go back to the same supply, I mean to me toss at 10. No.
Okay.
So what here. Okay. What we need to do is say, we should rather tackle those issues. But that trader is into business to make profit. But I don't see this to be profiteering. Because on also a calculate me ton and there scano and yen for so numpo. If I saw no the capital me get in one, but me they talk the same thing.
How is the government going to encouraging Krofa? It's like say utu before pan offer. So if it's not policy, I bear better say this is the policy regulations. Regulators when I'm here say maybe a uniform prices on a marketer. Now we be say we catch me dwedini. So onyama no yesra monte so mai kakra. Do you think say Ghana dwedefo beti o mampeni because of mampeni neka?
Who say era na no. It's all about demand and supply. So what you see here need price control era. Say price control era in the say soldier for era. But where there you allow the interaction of demand and supply to determine the price. And now competition is so what you see here. Enti say o mampeni this is dre ordinary or the two omo ediga say at least body a bit too so mo hwe ne kakra say na be enkombroso but definitely no nipa na say recover the cost ma or the price profit is to come ma next time person ko tobia wotumi akotobi. Okay,
there point number 4, restore debt sustainability by reducing debt to GDP ratio to 55% by 2028. Does it make sense to our current situation?
No, you see, no, we are talking about long-term measures. But 55%, how feasible would this be? Because as we speak, you are even struggling to ensure sustainability of your debt. And prediction, and I say projection, World Bank, by December, we are likely to even hit 104% of our GDP, your debt in HSA. Until within 5 years, no, every year be a hen every 78 and answer 80% na almost say no. Every year be a hen a film. Na then year you bet to me at your fee because we share your budget now. We are always running a deficit budget. Wow, me I expect say in some cano. Change I spend it. Into the way I was spending more than what you are earning. It means that you have to supplement whatever you are earning.
Okay.
And the only way I'll be is I'll be called Bobusia. It Busia body the Ebekoswana, the more Bobusia will increase your productivity. No, Busiano bet what trasso.
Okay. Then here point number 5: improve national resources and liquidity by raising revenues from 13 to 18% to 20%, 18-20% of GDP. Is it feasible? And no. How is the government going to raise the revenue from 13 to all the way 20%? Does it mean the government will be introducing new taxes? It
will be very, very bad for government to introduce new taxes as we speak, because already no for just bringing new taxes will be difficult. Nearby to me and say those loopholes now award existing tax to say informal sector. Are we monitoring those who are collecting those taxes? Taxes na you know. You monitor now because we share. I mean, Auditor General's report 2021. Share scar. You see, you misapply. We say you misappropriate 17 billion.
Yeah.
So 17 billion. So I mean, we are sure say you safeguarding na. Ankasa 3 billion ya kwa koji IMF. Sanga chia kadada. So what say until say you be making sure say all the loopholes say we your tax that called individuals pocket na enko buy ho no matter near no will still be below the 18 and then the to 28% na okay. We need to put in proper measures be ensure say tax be no enko individuals bottom be buy
okay. Point number 6: pursue inclusive growth whilst protecting the poor. Anything?
Sami brafo no so. Pursue inclusive growth while protecting the poor. Let's just say obi ye no obi just say oman no enyi no grow no expand no me nja ohiafo wechi. We should pull them along. As to how this will be done, me nim say be a special social intervention policy be apart from LEAP. Never to me, I don't know.
Point number 7: energy sector reforms to reduce the risk of the sector to the budget. The energy sector, government are raising several issues. Say the kind of budget restructuring. How is that feasible in a contemporary situation with us?
Well, say share energy sector. Say be almost generate revenue. Say anameboa. Inti revenue ahina generate. Ena expenditure ahina ya allocate amount. It definitely knows our sector na say be onfa any energy in check, but in Crawford to yahuka. You should be able to do the cost benefit analysis. Say scanner yedi share hono. Is it worth it? And I say we are overspending. Meanwhile, because energy say a ton. Inti say you are buying eduma and na me can say other institutions be more decay say UPS any other area.
Yeah, electricity. Yeah.
Electricity ya to that kind of thing. Inti, is there no proper payment plan for this sector? Say na be almost to me etia muka. And I say bibisa. Inti definitely they are also raising some revenue from there.
Okay.
Inti,
point number 8: reduce budget rigidities by capping statutory funds.
No so because one we are open, no capping. Now amount be as a every if I say sector be no there is a statutory payment be as a amount. Now they all BM obia the need about now wajiatum. You should be able to say this sector, no, you cannot bring more than this. You cannot take more than 50% of what you are bringing. You cannot take more than 60% of what you are bringing. But we are no open. Definitely, you have this sectors are more budget, no, exceed revenue, no. But we need to get the capping, but it shouldn't be to the detriment of output.
Okay.
Okapua, you make sure say affect output.
Okay.
Yes.
Point number 9. Continue with effort to reduce central government expenditure through budget cut of 30%.
I mean, say President can say Article 71 office holders almost salaries by 30%, and and I pay discretionary expenditure.
And only year, on appointees.
Appointees.
You political appointment.
Appointments, no. Also by 30%. And get me there. Say it will have sounded more convincing. Say, since I had this arrangement put in place, no. Yet to me, I save 1 million. Yet to me, I save 3 million and now 6 million. That kind of thing. We should be able to quantify. Some measures we are together. So just here, say never to say percentage 30% in your money. But if really what it is, by now, I to save. That kind of thing. I think Grofo Beji and the more than just the percentage.
Okay. Then point number 10. Start the process of discouraging importation of rice, poultry, vegetable oil, fruit juices, etc. How do you see this one?
Sammy, if government will have the political will to do this, because nyamani biwoha, yanga say to me produce. So we need to encourage our local people to go into all these areas. I mean, I'm talking about rice. Other companies are producing rice. To me, support in terms of machinery producing large scale, on large scale. We should be able to help them. I mean, can you imagine say your gun hana your cra ginger pepper. I mean, why should we do that? It's all about the political will. Say, yet to me, yes, I did way. I bet boy. Wow, some people say, Bibia, budget, you know, a capture 2022. No more can be some more putty a freeze on exportation of grains in Amanyama. Meaning say to me, yeah,
that they are on rice, soya, and maize.
Say you're exporting, no?
Yeah.
Into say, market, how do you see things?
But we still see the imported items.
Nature say, you can't say it, but I say I relax kakra.
It means we are not producing enough.
That is also another issue because say what you are producing from within, and yet enough to meet the needs of the people. Definitely, you compel other people to flout your own policy. So that's here. What is the consumption level in terms of Sanyama we are here? Now the way are here demanding, are we able to produce to meet the local demand? Say, to me and producer meeting the local demand. Then it means say, farmers no. You are talking about poultry. I mean, poultry farmers started almost soon and yet no sami. Almost soon because they say feed ni boy because maize boy nkosia ni boy. It even though you have people who are willing to produce, no cost of production very high. It's a good policy, but say we need government to have the political will to implement this policy.
Point 11, tackle currency speculation to limit volatilities to the city.
Well, as for the speculation, the speculating, and they're very difficult. Say, mean to mean predict, say, by December, CD to dollar, and say, and as I say. As for the projections, we will be making the projections. But we need to ask ourselves, say, all the speculations say about because the amount of dollars in the system, the demand for it, amount now, yes, supply, and meeting the demand. In the dollar, no, a short. In basic economics, no, anytime there demand exceeds supply now, it gives value to whatever you are looking for. Intinama dollar no every time they are appreciating. No. So we need to really tackle the fundamental problem. Why the shortage that we have in the system? No, I can say in Crawford, ebe didwa. To me the dollars, ACA or Mukemu, the 2 coin echo. They cross our borders. They are it you share monitoring na a problem. We share forex a loss now. We run a forex bureau. Every month there should be a report that is supposed to be submitted to Bank of Ghana. No more monitor. I now society. If you go to other countries, before exercise you have to produce a passport. No more check it. They will start questioning you. So are we doing same? If we are to really clamp down on this speculation, then we have to up our game. The monetary system, we need to up it. And yes, sir, a bad thing.
Okay. Then number 12, ensure no haircut to treasury bills holders in the debt restructuring strategy. Now, this is the argument. Minority is saying there's going to be a haircut, but the president also says that there's not going to be any haircut. Do you see any haircuts?
But you see, say President Kasayeno, was it the following day or 2 days later? Information Minister Bekan Bibi.
Yeah.
Or can say the haircut now President Kasayeno, it is to affect.
It will not affect.
It will not affect the principal.
But the interest one can.
Wow, Mamin Chow. Anything be a haircut, and I say restructuring. Nyama means is likely to be affected. And I say, one, interest rate now will be cheap or so. Say, what promising the panel, material 20% and not 30%. Nyama more dia, utumi pan the chair, so me na make 30%, but Mr. Obet me ama obe 25. It will affect the person. And I say, their principal, no, oh, me na make say, material within 2 months, and I said 3 months. Oh, but the way Anyama Kono, it's not likely say me to Yaka. It just extend it for me. Well, in terms of the purchasing power of me principal now, maybe at 200, it will reduce. Assuming say maybe 10,000 got towards the say. Now I say a mature by let's say December. Now I buy you mean to meet by December, and I to meet by next year June. In terms of the purchasing power, no, we say me koji that time now. And so much. So as and the third factor is maturity period. You know, say me expect to say me come within 6 months. Now say me engine within a year now. It will also be affected. Indeed, these are the 3 variables. About me affected.
So this haircut?
Oh yes, it is likely say we may have haircut, even though I buy. I can say who say okay with what information minister they can, you know. I'm imagining call say in terms of the principal, no, it will not be touched. But what about the interest? One kind interest, no, as it's likely say there may be because who can debt restructure now? How are you going to restructure your debt? Okay. Me I will do mechano. Family betina say my nkasa. Na kasa mono. Yama means na mabaso no. Definitely you better discuss it back.
Okay. Now I heard the former president John Dramani Mahama also proposing was he reducing the public debt service obligations and creating fiscal space. One, an immediate moratorium must be placed on all concessional borrowings. After government must actively canvass our bilateral partners for more concessional financing and grants. 3, there must be a stop to central bank financing of government above the 5% threshold. The current printing of the money to the finance ministry, to finance government deficit is further fueling inflation. How this, I can say, measures relevant to our current situation?
Wow, Sami, we share near ex-president proposal now. Pointed to one direction, and the direction is insinhuna yechia ewo loans na yeje no and also adibia ha oman no hwe say 2022 budget ye nyina anim no you can say ebetua insinhunku 37 billion out of 100 billion 37 billion just for interest rate Eso. Your review budget, you know, I call 41 billion because of the cedi depreciation. Inti omo odi omo ka ISO tia in dollars no. Usiri no depreciate no. Esin hunu so increase. Inti share 100 billion. Now ube use 41 billion the actual interest rate. Now there are two statutory payments. O share compensation. Now share interest rate kan wa. Ahi na ka ube develop. Inti nia ex-president can say yen fa policy being shaped kwan mu se na ebe nya non-concessional your finance say we say an immediate moratorium must be placed on all non let's just say loans are ekwa gia insin hunu e wosoro no yen avoid yen try say be reduce no say na ebe ya debt servicing no and also be thief aba form so what you say yetumi yesa ebi obenya ebi a instead of betua be 20% and 19% no ebi obetumi anya concessional one be 5% and 2% and bisa so what you say eno ebe reduce the debt burden on the economy inti ebi a eno so be boa say who rush into just going for loans now but you see so I mean one thing is say nipa na obo obusia no or share credibility in terms of loan repayment or who say a high risk a year a bad din say obema obusia interest no form
okay
so what you say and I'll say there must be a stop to central bank financing. Yes, definitely. One of the issues that contribute to inflation, say Ucheska, now they are supplementing government expenditure. Do worst case scenario, the only way out, and they say buying a Cheska the idea, and they are supporting the project. Now, you know, inflation also surana heading.
Okay, then another issue of raising cutting costs, reducing waste, and spending wisely. 1, suspension of non-essential projects. 2, cut down of the size of government. 3, secretariats and agencies like free SHS and one district, one factory must be scrapped off.
We shouldn't just be embarking on expenditure by meeting a desire. We should rather look at expenditure by meeting a wants. Simple. Now, expenditure by meeting a wants, they say, these are Myanmar very, very, very essential. So what you say? Say baby a obeda, nya obedi, any say be atade a obeshe. So what you say? These are the essential things. Inti do ahoche mu say a enye that time they see say be o you see hotel. And I say that time na you embark into huge projects na ama sika kakra na
cathedral.
No, we don't need cathedral. I don't think I hear cathedral say. I don't think so. We don't need cathedral. So what you say? And then cutting down of the size of government. Now I say government size there kesia. Definitely the extra expenditure the extra burden ebe to abuy no so. Now me kai pa say time ex-president who say na okitabe 86 or 88.
Yeah.
Now he say
86.
I double a cost row. Into yen share honso.
Okay.
And free SHS.
Secretariat and one district, one factory secretariat.
Sammy, with the Esra buy. Baby a do it dear. Yema Akufo Addo bremu bi na mumboa. Esan say a bed in a mangrove.
Well, President Mahama, the all check why secretariat ayati.
And secretariat
na ayati because it's under Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service, and there's another secretariat. They are responsible.
The extra cost na eba buy. To reduce costs in the attendance, here say near omoye no your friend is a Ghana Education Service bet me.
Yeah. Okay. Another point, stabilizing the currency, cutting the import bill and job creation. 1, the country must strive to produce more of the food we consume. 2, cutting down on excessive imports.
I'm say Ushe near ex-president propose here any president kind no the same thing say yembo modian say near ebe to me a produce no I mean near ebe import ni nyama ye ntumi produce so what you say ba obetumi produce nyama no wo krom ha adenti na ye produce ma ye consume operation feed yourself say buy ma ye nyina hu say at least we were able to save a lot Yeah, to me, yes, sir. But you see, at the end of the day, no, it is all about political will.
Openo.
Openo. So what you say, omo important niyama no. Omo shehe. So what you say? I'm saying nanze guta for my ati say if omo ekra niyama banu kura Ghana for 15%. It's 85% here. Omo free amanone. So what are we doing to all those people? So what you say? But I think say in addition to New York, so I mean, me suma proposal say say who a multinational company be all niyama finished goods ebeton. We should give them time within 5 years. Who niyama na ton after 5 years no
start producing.
Start producing. Ube to me yenesa. One to me let's just say you are not ready to help the economy grow. We need such policies. But they take advantage because of bad in 5 years. Every year be no profit, no benya, no very repatriate. Dollars can cry no system no more. Now they call. Now we are crying now the same dollars. Now they are crying now finish goods never. So what are they doing to ensure say they also give employment to the local people, to also ensure say the pressure that we put on the dollar no be reduced.
Then finally, leveraging the energy and petroleum sector, revamp the Tema oil refinery and ensure that the refinery processes domestic crude oil.
Sammy, this is an excellent proposition from the ex-president. I don't think that makes sense. Sika yedi kra petroleum products are ba. Finished ones no. Usha yewo to Tema oil refinery. Amo di ene say yedi crude ni beba. Na mo refine. Nanka mo save dollars nanka I said yedi import to finished goods ni bana. Adentina as we speak Tema oil refinery enye juma. Sika hi na say the shame say na be ya ebetumi ye juma because it to me revamp Tema oil refinery Sami dollars ebetumi save amount mai ebe ogwanwa say do be na na mo ye juma.
Sure, yeah, that was 2015 2016 and
yes, they were
Kwame Wadako.
Yes, me quite say Kwame Wadako. Now he was a CEO. Oh, and we're able to save a lot. Sami suggestions we say aban beji eno so atomu a ebe boa nyina say na maka no baby edru enye MPP enye NDC. It is about saving the economy.
I mean, kind of a badge of messages in a young draw the curtains for them tonight. I say good evening, Honto. Nanado came to kill, steal, and destroy, but Mahama came to save Ghanaians from hardship. It was a good evening, Sammy. The rate at which our currency is depreciating is so alarming. I can boldly say that everybody in Ghana is a magician because it takes only magic for a person to live up such hardship. Sam, if King Pharaoh should be resurrected today from his grave today and he meets Akufo Addo's government today, he will say he was angel to the people of Egypt and as compared to what Akufo Addo is doing to Ghanaians. Abba Alhaji from the Asawasi Kumasi. Good evening, brother Sami. I think we should stop talking about Nanado and Kenofriata, Abong matters, because the more we talk, the more they come out to tell us nonsense. And what even pay me more is that they act as if Ghana belongs to them. I be Eddie Free, Wa Kambari, no Diaba, Kambari. Was it Sami? Was it sometimes I ask myself, where are the Ghanaians of ex-President Mahama's era who blame him for almost everything that happened in the country, even when that was the tip of the iceberg of our hardship and crisis? It seems to me they no more Ghanaians, or better still, not in the country. In the nutshell, Ghanaians are hypocrites, especially MPP members. Mr. Honto, please, may I know if Nanado is related to Professor Michael Quay? The Nana pictures on your screen looks like Michael Quay, and both of them look alike. The native of Okpongolo, Moses Kaswana Diaba. I can't say yes, but I can't say no. But what I remember, I say President, one of a year in Kaso, one Professor Michael Kwe, they grew up together from a year Jamestown. Those are could have been boxing, you know. So, but so a year family related there. Maybe you have to dig more. It was a good evening, Brasami. I don't think from president to the last person in the parliament, I think about Ghanaians. Why? Because they are always think about their pocket instead of them to think about future and coming youth. No. It's about how to steal money from poor people's pocket. God will punish all of them because men are suffering too much. From Emmanuel Esiama. Dear sir, it might be any party. If there is no urgent steps or measures are taken, the government economy will fall down drastically. People are living in fears. It is the responsibility of the president. The present political party should take serious steps because of the high rural rate, especially fuel price. Also, there was secondly, as a present party can help giving subsidiary rate on basic needs, on food, water, and electricity, just small 1% on each temporary till the economy is stabilized, and even reduce more on bank interest rate temporary. It is just a logical thinking because this cannot last long till long-term plan. We say, hello, Hunto. If the president say our market women are engaged in profit sharing, is he only portraying his ignorance in economics? In a free enterprise economy, there is nothing like profit sharing because no businessman will want to price themselves out of the business. They price according to their cost. Shame unto him. Kweku Nyamiche Accra and the Aba. 90% of Ghana's economy depends on an import and export country. What's the reason the dollar? That's the reason the dollar rate is affecting the economy. So to avoid this, the basic needs country production has to be increased. That means agriculture. It is the base to balance the situation. We say, good evening. My name is K. Odame from KB. Or say spiritually, God has removed his hand from Nanado because he couldn't openly speak against the homosexuality. He can never bring this bad luck economy to normal because God hates it. You know, answer the Abba. Abusia, I don't know. You are sabote.
Sammy, I'm say, baby, I do the Yana say 2 years home. Niama more day. Niama buona sura na eko. Standard of living, eco form because cost of living eco slow. Inti ye na say 2 years home. Say bio say no. Say share nia ehia pa na ma usika eco. So what cars be 3 years. Say nya say na wo 2 die na wo ba 2 ni die na uyere so 2 ni die. Eno na say mo nyina ma pa ba ko bi atinam say na me kan me ba me ka che osami. Na we reduce expenses kakra. Afi so yeah made in Ghana niama no so eno so buaye o. So at least say go back. And also a bua growth you know
go back trendy amesis go no crab watch I say
and also take the international dimension. Eti niama kan say yembuaye ho say na be ya hardship no asubeti. Na last time ma me fa we so twem. Say na me kan say yembo modia say psychologists ni mental health workers omusi krom na omubua because usha na say ubetina we are committing suicide now we are for full light electric pole na man no e koso dodo it first ya ngasa yenya ehu abutre na nka che say be yi say mia ye ni na nyina ye adwuma enti sami ni american is aban ni o de betu dwa no Omodia na disu. Both the short term, the medium term, and the long term.
Okay.
Yes, say obey disu man. At least.
Yeah, that's it. Yera Daniel Sabuti or Chechero na Chada Katakrika University of Music Assembly. So I didn't for Mampini, Mahama, and Susu, no Mampina, and other Susu. Nino, a Ghana, you more in 9 years from the Famwa. When this will be the year, and this one Caswa Brewa. Brewa Moses and Sister one Caswa do when we see. As like a same comma, one sending messages by Facebook, WhatsApp, Mwase at the MCR and control the Mina. Yeah, I'm big maybe time didn't start among 20 years. Speak a man, I'm from Comwa. A da.